When once you have tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned skyward. For there you have been, and there you will always long to return. Leonardo da Vinci. This is Skydive Burnaby, located in Ontario, Canada, just 1 kilometer from the eastern shores of Lake Erie and 25 kilometers west of Niagara Falls. The view from up here is nothing short of spectacular. Women from across the country are converging here with the hopes of setting a new Canadian women's formation skydiving record. In formation skydiving, jumpers link together to form a predetermined pattern or design in the sky. Another name for this is a bigway. The current Canadian women's record is 33, set in 2003, and setting new records in Canada can be quite a challenge. The jumpers must have a Canadian registration in order to participate, and there are less than 200 qualified female skydivers throughout the entire country. The ladies have quite a diverse range of experience and ability. Some of us are rather new to the sport with only a few hundred skydives, while others, like our captains, have thousands of jumps and have traveled the world developing their techniques and participating in other events like this.
Okay, let's get this together. All right, girls, first point. Let's go.
Leading this event is Guy Wright. Guy has over 11,000 jumps and has traveled the world coaching and designing large formation skydives, or bigways. In the industry, people like Guy are known as load organizers. Guy's team consists of 2 plane captains and a base captain.
Make sure that you got a comfortable grip. I went over a lot of this stuff with you guys, some of you last night, about grip management. There's no money in this. I mean, I do get paid, but you can't make a living on it. I'm a retired Air Force guy, so I have a pension, which allows me to go around and do this. I don't have a family, and so it's comfortable in my lifestyle to travel and do this. But I do it, I still do it because this is what I enjoy doing, is taking people who don't have a chance to do these things and walk them through it and then watch it happen. And to me, that's what keeps me coming back and doing the records. And I love teaching, I love coaching.
Tana Nash is the captain of the lead plane. With over 1,600 jumps, Tana is one of Canada's top women formation skydivers. She has served on the Canadian national team and is a 4-time gold medal holder.
We had 18 ladies on our airplane, and between myself and Rhonda Joyce, who was the other captain, she was responsible for taking out the base, which is the nucleus of the formation, so that was critical. And then I'm working with the rest of the girls and helping make sure that they feel comfortable in the position, or the slot we call it, of where they're going to be in the formation.
In the second plane, known as the trail plane, is Natalie Goudreau. She's been involved in 2 previous Canadian national record attempts and has made over 2,000 skydives.
My role as a plane captain is to basically make sure that the girls are performing to the best that they can. So with video, basically we review their skydives and tell them what needs to be improved for the skydive, and also to help achieve our goal, which was to make the record.
Behind, sort of like this.
Fly to your slot. Think slot, and the grip will be there. When you're in the red zone, which is pretty much this, you need to be level with Rhonda. Wake you up, huh, baby?
The base captain must be physically strong as well as experienced. Rhonda Joyce is just that, with over 2,100 jumps. She's also been involved in many large record attempts internationally.
All the skydives start with a base. We call the base is the center of the skydive. They're the group of people that are the heart of the skydive. Without them, nobody else can get in there. It's like a body. Without the heart, everything falls down. Connected to the base, and the base could be as little as 1 person, could be 4 people, 5 people, 6 people, 7, whatever the design of the dive calls for. I picked 5 people because it's an easy base to build for Rhonda and the girls. It's a kind of a bulletproof base. Outside of the base, we have the first row of dockers. A row is of the first ring around those people, and then the rings consecutively get larger as they go out. and the lighter. In the center, we have usually the fastest falling people, the people that fall the fastest, size, arching ability, whatever. And then as the skydive builds outwards, the players get lighter in body weight, and then that way they're not struggling to stay with the skydive.
So there's different positions to reflect different abilities, for sure. Those people that are coming out of the plane last, when they get out of the plane, the base nucleus is a long ways away, so you have to be able to dive and be able to have that ability. So if you're not a strong diver, you can't really be on the outside rings. We need somebody that can dive and get to the formation. So there's all sorts of different things that are taking place.
Here we go, green light. And Robin, I would like to see you lay it down, please, okay? Stop, relax, slow down. Look at your colors. Look at Rhonda's line of flight. Remember the 4 quadrants.
On each jump, I'm looking to see, one, are they comfortable in that position? Because sometimes maybe I've done a bad job and I've put somebody in a position and maybe they would be better in a different one. So that's my first job. You know, maybe how are they flying? Are they having a difficult time getting there? Or maybe I just need to move them into a more comfortable position to help them out. So I'm looking for things like that. I'm looking for, we call it traffic. As you're coming into the formation, we have lines of traffic so that you follow your leader in. So it's actually very disciplined. And is somebody passing one another? If they are, well, maybe they're faster, so maybe I should move somebody back in the lineup and change things. And I did that several times in our lineup, I'm gonna call it, of coming out of the lead plane, just to help the girls out, so which could best suit everybody's ability to help everybody get there.
Make sure that you got a comfortable grip. I went over a lot of this stuff with you guys, some of you last night, about grip management and how to compensate, all right?
Participating in a record attempt is a huge commitment for every member of the team. We've invested heavily in training, travel, time, and money to be a part of this historic event. We all feel an enormous pressure to perform, but we're all really excited. When we leave the hangar this morning, we will make our very first record attempt. Women from all over Canada have gathered here at Skydive Burnaby, hoping to share in the excitement and glory of setting a new Canadian women's record. With so few women active in the sport of skydiving in Canada, this is a huge undertaking.
Skydivers are really tight group of people. You could travel anywhere around the world, and you'll always find a place to stay. People will always welcome you with open arms. I like the excitement, the adrenaline. I guess that's something you must like in order to do this sport.
I skydive because it's like the most fun you can possibly have.
It's just all about people having a really good time, so there's always a positive vibe, and I love it.
We've been practicing together for 2 days. With
Okay,
each
grip,
jump,
please.
we're getting tighter and smoother. Guy and our plane captains have walked us through this morning's jump. Our confidence is high. Follow the leader, that's all we have to do.
We have the judge here, we're gonna go over the grips. I'll find out which way your jump run is here. You guys go ahead and on out, okay? Once the planes take off, it's basically the pilots that put us on the spot. And the lead plane has a lead captain, and the signals are all communicated visually and verbally with lights and commands. And when it's time to get out of the airplane, a green light comes on, and the plane captain signals for people to climb out of the airplane. There's 4 or 5 people that climb out and hold on the outside. And then on a signal, ready, set, go, off comes the base. And when they leave the lead plane, the trail plane, which are also 3 or 4 people outside, they let go. Everybody follows their leader and goes right to the formation.
You're flying about 200 kilometers an hour. So if you picture when you drive down the road and you stick your arm out, if you flick your hand sideways, how your arm goes up or down, well, your whole body is like that. And just moving your hand one way or another way, or dipping an elbow or dipping a shoulder, it changes what your body does.
To keep it real simple, we fly belly to earth. straight down at 120 miles an hour. If I want to go forward, I change my body to go like this and the wind pushes me this way. I'm still going down. If I want to go backwards, I raise my chest and I lower my legs and I go backwards. If I stick my legs out, if I'm here and I stick my legs out, it's gonna push me forward. If I put my arms forward, it's gonna push me backwards. If I want to go to the right, I turn to the right. If I want to go to the left, I just change the position of my body against the wind, and it makes me turn, like a kite.
Flying above us is Mike McKinley. He is our official photographer. It is imperative that the formation attempt is photographed and documented for the record to be declared.
Basically, if this was representing the formation, I'm going to want to be above them, looking down on them. That way, if we're dealing with national judges or if we're dealing with media, they can see the formation, they can see where the people's hands are and if they're in the right place.
There is also a panel of qualified judges. They will examine the footage of the jump with a critical eye. They have the final decision as to whether the attempt was successful.
Well, the first thing that I do as chief judge is to verify the formation that they're building, that they have presented me with a picture or a facsimile of what they plan to do, and they have to do that exactly as they've shown it. And if they don't, it's not a record. If there's one grip missing or one person out, it doesn't count.
In this point, we're only doing one single point. Each time that we get a completed group of people together and they're all in the proper slots and they all have the proper grip on a leg or an arm, when that's done, that's called a single point blot, B-L-O-T skydive. That's what we're doing here because that's all that's required for the record.
Way to start the day. Yeah, it went really well. Really well.
Good first jump. We really like a lot. There's some areas of improvement. The spot was a little bit to the left. You guys picked it up, and you know, left-hand patterns, remember to land with the group no matter what happens. Safety is paramount. There's no excuse for not following the rules, okay? And if you can't follow the rules, please do not land here. Land somewhere in the distant future so that I don't see it, okay? And it's really so nobody gets hurt, okay? All right, let's take a look. The debrief is designed to review the video so that everybody can see what they did, so that they can get better. They can make improvements on what they did. Like golf, if I was going to video a golf swing, I would video it and I would be able to get better as I reviewed it and made different changes. So the same thing in skydiving. When the girls see their self on the video, they can go, oh, I could have been there a little smoother, a little faster. And therefore, on the next jump, they remember that and they do better. Natalie?
A lot of positive things here, but on this skydive, on the track off and the under canopy, I didn't feel as safe as I have in the past.
Well, safety first is paramount. You know, at the end of the day, we talk about safety, fun, completion, and we really mean that. Yes, we want to get a completion, but safety is the very first thing that has to happen.
There's really three or four areas that cover that. The first area is leaving the airplane. Are the girls leaving the airplane in an orderly fashion? They're not pushing and shoving and bashing people against the exit door? During free fall, they're not colliding with people and hitting people at 120 miles an hour. That's really critical, and that's what we look for in the video. And then as the skydive builds, safety part of that is that they're not over docking, hard docking, and colliding with other girls, funneling the skydive so that people are now unstable and falling through the air. And then tracking away is probably one of the most critical. Tracking and the parachute landings are probably the most two critical.
Guy will take care of it.
I want to tell everyone that I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to. You do your job and don't be worried about it, right?
I have to be more aware of, where I am and think more about having a safer and better landing for everyone.
It might seem like we are just floating in air, but the reality is we are flying at speeds in excess of 200 kilometers per hour, so we must keep focused at all times. When we lose focus, mistakes happen.
It's time to go to work, girls. Let's do the whole thing. 2 minutes.
After the debrief, we're on a 40-minute call for our next attempt. Just enough time for another walkthrough. We need to clear our head, get calm, and stay focused.
4,000, 5,000, 6,000. 1 minute. Doors gently, up and up. Green light. 4,000, 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000, 10,000. You've got some of us on the ground. That's called dirt diving. We're on the dirt and we're diving the dive. It's kind of like scuba diving, and you practice your dive on the boat, and then you get in the water and you dive. You plan to dive, dive the plan. And the same thing with skydiving. Everybody has a certain slot that they have to go to. They have a certain person that they have to follow to that slot. And that's what we practice. We walk that through until everybody's it's like in their muscle memory. They know exactly where to go. And that's why we do the ground prep. That's why you see us walking this out and building the formation, and then practice our break-offs. And that's how we do that.
On the ground, when we dirt dive, we don't just dirt dive the actual formation. We dirt dive what we should be feeling, what we should be thinking at this point, and this point. Especially our plane captain, she didn't want a lot of talking on board. She didn't want the distractions. She was telling us that, I want you at 3,000 feet, do your gear checks, do this, do this, do this. But then I want you to think about the dive. I want you to get calm. I want you to take a deep breath. And I want you to go through it point by point, just what you're going to do when you get here, how you're going to get there. It was a very, very calm thing. And on jump run, like when we're getting ready to get out, she's got everybody just kind of,
As we board the plane for our second attempt, the mood is very calm, very focused. On our last attempt, we were only a couple ladies out. We are so close.
we don't worry about the whole formation. They'll be where they're supposed to be. All you worry about is your quadrant, like everything's divided into 4, you stay in your quadrant, don't cut anybody off, get to your slot, take a deep breath before you take your grip so that you don't over-amp and come in too hot or come in too high. And just take a deep breath and just take your grip. Most of the big ways are 1 or 2 point skydives, so you don't have to remember a bunch of points. It's just remember your one slot, remember who you're docking on, and just go there.
It felt really good. We didn't quite get it, but we were all pretty solid, so it felt great.
Okay, we're on an hour call at 12:30, I believe.
So Janet has done floater slot lots of times. We put Janet in Marcia's slot and Ainsley there. She's an early diver. She's a solid skydiver. She can take whatever happens.
Who else? There's 2 out.
That was just Ellen just coming in, so. Well, I don't know if somebody was out. Ellen was just coming in.
I don't know, I haven't seen it and I haven't talked to everybody.
Well, what's your name? Marcia said she was right in her slot waiting to dock.
Marcia said that every time.
Let's take a look at the video.
See, Ellen was right there. She just.
Where's Marcia's slot?
Marcia's slot is here.
Marcia's not even in the picture frame. Okay, so do we take Marcia off?
Yes.
Okay, stand her down. Whose plane is she in? Stand her down. Tell her tomorrow's another day. Or this afternoon. We got to get this record first, and then we'll put on the B team players. Okay?
The whole purpose of this event is to build a record, and we also have events that we'll call more of a camp, which is a learning place. And so we try and stick with them as much as we can, move people around, but at the end of the day, we have to look out for all of the girls that are there and say, what's the best decision we can make for everyone and to build this formation and build the record. So unfortunately, we had to let some ladies go, but we're hoping, you know, that they will build on those skills, and some of them are young jumpers, and they just need to build on the skills, get some more experience, and then they'll be back here for the next one.
Find out which way your jump run is here. You guys go ahead and on out, okay?
Setting a women's formation skydiving record in Canada isn't easy. There are so few ladies in the sport, and we are spread out all over the country. We need 34 women, all flying in unison, to set a new Canadian women's formation record, and that is exactly the number we have here today. So when Ainsley Pluchot finally arrives in from Manitoba, the organizing team is excited and quickly goes to work finding a spot for her. Ainsley is a relatively new skydiver with about 260 jumps, but she is a natural and already has achieved 2 provincial gold medals. She brings a lot to our team.
I'm a little nervous, mostly because this is the first big wave I've really done before, so there's some nervousness about being able to fill in the slots, but I'm really excited because this is not something I can do back home.
The sun is at its highest point. The temperature is cresting 29 degrees Celsius, and we don't even notice. Ainsley has joined our team, and we're feeling a lot of positive energy.
From the time they leave the airplane, from the time the girls leave the airplane at 14,000 feet, there's 60, 65 seconds they have to dive down, do the first point, until 4,500 feet, and then they have to turn and leave the formation.
Ainsley's first jump is picture perfect. She is right behind Tana, picks up her grips, and flies smoothly. The formation continues to build until one of the ladies forgets the golden rule: relax. She steals the air by getting underneath another jumper, and it is all over for this attempt.
Hi. First formation load?
Yeah, it went good. I had so much fun.
Most number of people she's jumped with so far. She did a great job. Followed me down. It's like follow the leader, you don't pass. And followed me down into the formation, and she was right there flying. So way to go. I'm very proud of this girl right here. So
I'm happy. Skydiving is wonderful. The girls, everybody's working hard, and we're having a ball.
With only one person out on our last attempt, Guy is anxious to get us back in the sky.
Watch the door.
We have a quick debrief, and we're gone.
Slow down, relax, take your time. Everybody go, ah. Very good. That's a good way to calm yourself down. Ah, it's hard to be tense when you're exhaling. That was a good jump. That was their best out of all of them that we've done so far. We just had one little issue with one girl, and we're going to go up and repeat it with the same group. And we have a couple of girls that are going to be here in a couple hours that are really good skydivers that are going to fill in any slots that we need. So unless something happens somewhere else on this jump, I got a good vibe. It should happen. Let's hope for the best.
Did 4 very great jumps that we just had one person out, especially jumps 3 and 4, where we were holding the formation for 10, 12 seconds and just one person out. So, you know, it's the energy's there, you can feel it, you can almost taste that record, and you just want it so bad. And then we made the decision just to give everybody a break. It was hot. We really wanted to get it, so we just kind of said, take an hour-and-a-half break, go do what you need to do to refuel, re-energize, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna make those last 2 jumps and make it happen.
So what's really great here is that the base had just a little burp, and they fixed it. And Rhonda did exactly what she's supposed to do, which is to regroup, line of flight, fall rate, calm things down. But what's really great here is that everybody, I think, just took a picture and just went, it's all right. It's calm, I'm calm, no worries. We're back to the exit now. And look at everybody just kind of, you know, waiting. Rule number 1, wait the base builds. Very good. Look at all the people in the picture frame now. Now watch what happens when the base is ready. They waited an extra second. There's 10 people grip. There's 14, there's 15, there's 20. Within 4 seconds, 20 people took grips. I mean, how great is that? Okay? It's like a magical thing here.
It's now after 3 o'clock. Guy calls this the witching hour, the time of day when fatigue can start causing serious mistakes. We are sent on a 2-hour break to rest and get out of the blazing sun. It may be a challenge to get our energy levels back up at 5 p.m., but at this point, the break is a necessary evil.
Because you're looking. Yeah, I got to turn into the wind.
Formation flying requires skill, discipline, and commitment. All 34 of us have to be right on the mark. This will be our 5th jump today, but we're fed, rested, and ready to break that record.
So one out again. There you go. Oh well.
It's par for the course. We haven't done it anything but the last jump on Saturday yet, so.
You guys had that pretty high, did you?
Yeah, it was beautiful. Beautiful.
Oh, was she low, like right off the bat?
She was there and struggling, and she just, yeah, she was sinking out more and more. It's not like she didn't overamp. It was too slow.
So that's the great part about a record and why it makes it so special is because everybody needs to be there and we need to be flying and showing a controlled grip for at least a second. And every single person needs to fly and do their job. So unfortunately, it's just been like one person out. They're great skydives. The girls are doing a great job, but all 34 of us have to be there.
So you got your stinger. Here's Rhonda.
It's getting late, and we're coming into our last scheduled jump of the day. Our organizing team has been busy recruiting and has pulled in Ned Ambrose. Ned is a member of the Canadian national team. She has just arrived from Calgary and hasn't had a lot of time to prepare. But as both a provincial and national competitor with over 850 jumps, she brings a lot of skill to the team.
As you come around the corner, it's going to be right in this area. All right?
Just not having been in the formation for the last 3 days with these guys, it's kind of hard walking into a whole new situation, and there's a bunch of people that they want it to go well and stuff. So yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking, and hoping I know where I'm going to be and I'm getting the right slot and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, I'm not going to be the be-all, end-all. I'm helping complete something that already exists. But they've already had 15 jumps practice at it, and this is my first one. So it's kind of like going for an Olympic medal and never having done anything yet. So yeah, it's a little nerve-wracking.
Judge, this is a record attempt, 34-way. I have 3, 3, 3, a deuce, and a 3. A 20-way, 5 stingers, 15 zippers, and 5-way base. The judge is happy. Remember, grip has to be proper. Wrist grip, fingertip to shoulder. Leg grip, hip to toe. Got it?
Yep.
Good girls, all right?
I think we're going to do this because every time I've been doing records, it's always been on the last possible jump that you can do. And so this is it, because after that it's going to be too dark, right? So we brought in Ned, who knows how to, she's a good skydiver. She knows how to do that stuff. Every other jump that we did for the last 3, we had everybody except for one jumper. So that jumper is replaced by Ned now. So I'm confident that we're going to do this. So very exciting.
Suddenly, there is some unusual and unexpected tension. Out of nowhere, clouds have closed in on the drop zone. If the layer of clouds is too thick, we won't be allowed to jump. Maybe it's not as bad as it looks from the ground. It takes 20 minutes to get to altitude, and all we can hope is that the pilots will find us a window, a hole in the clouds big enough to jump through.
We knew that there was a layer around 10,000 feet, but we thought it might be quite thin, and so on the way up we had the Robin and the cameraman Mike at the door, and they were going to watch for what altitude that layer was and get a feel for how thick it was. And the sense was it was fairly thin over the drop zone, and that we would be able to see the ground through it and we'd be able to see each other, which is the most important. You can't be diving down blind. If the formation goes into a cloud and you suddenly lose your focus, you'll have people potentially hitting each other.
Yeah, Mike, it might even be to our advantage, depending on where this goes, to put them out short that side, because we really don't want them going through this. It's moving pretty good. We've got 20 minutes for that to go through, and if they can get like they had last time, that's okay.
The pilot's decision is final. There is no way we can jump. The clouds are just too thick. As we touch down, our faces tell the story. We are so disappointed. Our chance to set a new Canadian women's formation skydiving record may have just slipped away.
For those of us who are still new to it, landing with a plane right off the bat is something new. So it's, you're a little edgier, and so everybody was kind of like keyed up a little bit. It was just, and disappointed, very disappointed. We really thought it was going to build on that one. So we had it all in our heads that this was going to be the dive, this was the one that was going to work, and then we were all going to relax, have a good time, and party the night away. And what do you mean we have to land with a plane?
know, it's coming up on 7 o'clock.
At this point in the day, it seems almost impossible to believe that we could fit in another jump. We need to keep energized, we need to coordinate the planes, but most importantly, we need the clouds to clear before the sun goes down.
Do we know what time it gets dark? I mean, we don't want these girls in free fall landing in the dark.
It would have to be off the ground like 25 after 3.
Really, that late? And we would still be light enough to see the ground and see the jump and everything. Well, I got to tell you, I think it's gonna clear up. It's getting clear over there already, and the earlier we go, the better it is for them.
This is great news. We can jump much later than expected, so there is hope that we will get this record today. We are officially on standby.
You guys are here for a record, right? So, good. So, what I'd like you guys to do is to slide over, sit in the trees, take your gear off, and chill out, and stand by for an answer, okay? Good. Good girls. All right.
34 female skydivers from all over Canada have come together here at Skydive Burnaby, united in one common goal: to set a new Canadian women's formation skydiving record. We've made 5 of our scheduled jumps. Each time, there were only 1 or 2 divers out of formation. Then, on our 6th attempt, the weather spoils our chances. Now, with only a half hour of daylight left, Tara from Skydive Burnaby has reworked the manifest and got us the 2 planes. When the call suddenly comes, there is a surge of energy, unlike anything we felt all day. This is our last chance.
Team Pink Girl! 5-minute call, everybody's relaxed, doing nothing, and we go from that 0 to 60. All of a sudden, everybody's slapping on gear and running for the plane, and last load of the night, it's make it or break it.
I've been on other records where the same thing happens. It comes down to the last jump of the last day. I'm sure there's some kind of psychological thing there where I don't know if you just pick yourself up a little bit more because you just think this is it. If we don't do it now, chances are it's not going to happen. So I just feel like everybody just puts that extra 10% in. I don't know why we can't do it earlier, but that tends to be what happens on records.
I'm always excited, especially when it comes to coaching the women's Canadian. This is my 3rd record with the girls, and it's every time I do it, it just gets. This is the part where I'm getting excited. I can hear the airplane coming around on jump run. I know they're right there. They're going to get it, and so my heart's starting to go. And it's just because I want them to get it, you know. And it's a kind of a kudo for everybody that when they land and they get it, it's going to be great. Yeah, so yeah, I get really excited all the time. Yeah. Looks tight. Looks very good. Can't say the planes were any problems this week. That's perfect. That's perfect. They should be out. They should be climbing out. There they go. There they go. There they go. Just follow the white dots, and then they'll intersect into a dark blob. Come on, girls. Come on, girls. Just get it on. Get it done. Get it done. Nice and smooth. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Come on, girls. Come on. You gotta get there. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Somebody's low. They got the 20 way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. One's out. One out. One out. One out. Still one out. Still one out. Get the grip. Get the grip. Take the grip. God damn it. I don't know. I don't know. It didn't look like she touched to me. That sometimes you have different colored suits and it's hard to see. It's always a good, usually they know. Usually everybody looks and they see everybody's in, but I don't know. Well, Rhonda's yelling, she must know. Come on, turn, turn, turn. You sure somebody wasn't out? I swear I saw the right side outside line. I swear I didn't see a grip.
In the sky, the jump felt good. In fact, it felt perfect. But we can't see the full formation. Rumor on the ground is that someone is out. It's all in the judges' hands now.
Was your section done?
Yes, yeah, it was done.
Okay, we know the drill. Get in there.
Get in there and look.
Yeah.
I'll feel better when I know for sure.
Yeah, no, the reason is he's down here with a wide lens. He was zeroed in on you, and they were saying there's a broken grip, there's a broken grip,
There was a broken grip over on Stephanie, but
on the
I'm
right
sure
side.
she picked it up.
Maybe that's what we saw, and it was fixed.
It was fixed. It was on, because I could see it was the zipper on Stephanie, started to lift, came off, and came back on.
Good.
That's what I saw in the sky.
Well, we gotta let Neil do his magic. Did you guys?
We're going to go in with Neil.
A women's skydiving record is a huge accomplishment. Setting that record in Canada is a source of pride. We have 34 Canadian women skydivers all in the same place. It's been both exhausting and exhilarating. We really feel we got it this time, but the decision is out of our control.
Almost surreal. You can just feel it. For myself, I'm diving out of the plane so I can see the base, and I'll say to myself, wow, the base looks great. Look at them, they're solid. There's my 5-way. The zippers start building. Excellent. Now we've got a 15-way. The girls are flying great. They're solid and smooth. It's very smooth. When it actually builds, everything's almost in slow motion. Everybody comes in, and when you're actually building it, you're looking around going, yes, everybody's just flying with smiles on their face. There's no tension, so it's just everybody flying together and working as one unit. It's a wonderful feeling. It's a huge accomplishment.
The judges are meticulous in their job, checking every grip, the number of jumpers, and our exact formation. All 4 judges lock eyes on one grip in particular. It has to be a controlled grip, made before any others are released. A fraction of a second could mean the difference between success and failure.
We looked at it 3 times to make sure that they had the basic formation. And we looked at it to make sure that the grips were correct. And there was a question in one area, and we looked at it from 2 different views. We had 2 different videos of the same jump to determine that it was indeed a correct grip.
So for no further ado, let me bring the Chief Judge, Neil, up here, and there you go. Take over, Neil.
Congratulations.
When we were climbing to altitude, I definitely looked out of the plane and went, somebody is smiling on us, that you're giving us one last chance after riding down with the plane. So the weather's there, we're able to come up. It's sunset, the sun's coming down, it's shining through the window and shining on the formation, and it was just beautiful.
Yeah, it was wonderful because, yes, you're above it all. You're having a chance to watch this progress, watch this grow, watch this come together. And then you see people get smoother and more relaxed, and the whole formation just comes together. If you talk to a participant in the formation, they can say that they feel an electricity when they know the formation's built. As a photographer, that electricity's passing through them, coming right into me, and I feel it too. It's exciting. You know, you're a part of something that's record-breaking.
I knew we were going to do it because everyone was calm, and you could feel the energy level was just right. It was not overamped, and, you know, so we got the door out and, you know, getting out of the airplane, and then I see the 3 girls kind of, you know, struggling a little bit, and then the 5th girl in the base, you know, almost took out the base, but the base, you know, just held it, so that was good. And then I see one of my girls who was supposed to go at 4 o'clock quadrant go to the 7 o'clock because it was a sunset, not sunset, but she couldn't see the colors. And I'm going, oh no, my God, you know, Shelley, don't get lost. So finally she got back to her slot and we all got in, and then I'm in the skydive and I'm looking, and you could just feel like the skydive was so calm. And I knew we had it, you know, so we're tracking off, you know, it just opened the canopy and we're screaming, legs kicking and all that stuff. It was so good, you know, we knew we had it. We didn't even need to look at the video, so it was awesome.
On the last jump of the day, we set a new Canadian women's record in formation skydiving. We are so proud of ourselves and so proud of each other, but it is bittersweet. Tomorrow, we split up and go our separate ways, but we'll take with us that moment in time we shared at the top of the world.
Basically, we are done for the record attempt, so that means you guys can let loose tonight and rock the house, and we'll see you guys tomorrow. And thank you very much.